So Ava, what's your storyline?
Is it ever okay to get with your friend's ex?
No.
Well, Grant and Linda are at it.
Yeah.
And that's Phil's...
Sharon's her bestie.
Sharon's her bestie.
Of years.
And also, Phil's got with...
Phil and Linda have not been together, have they? No.
Didn't they have a little...
I think they're besties
They
because
were,
they're both
they
alkies.
were. Linda
Gets about. But still, Sharon's her best friend. That's her ex with loads of history.
Yeah.
And also, like, that ain't the only Eastenders storyline that happens with it. It happens all the time.
Because when Sharon gets back, she's going to be pissed.
When is Sharon back? I know, we have to Google that.
Miss
see when
Sharon.
Sharon's back. Yeah.
She's doing a workout. You know, she lost all that weight, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, but that weren't working out.
It was Davina McCall's workout DVD.
Davina McCall's.
Do you remember when everyone had a workout DVD?
I think my mum had it, and everyone actually. Yeah, I know, it's
like
so funny.
every single
Workout DVDs. See, this is diet culture to a T. It's like now we're on the Ozempic, but it was Davina McCall's. Everyone that lost weight brought out a workout DVD.
Everyone. They had a personal trainer, but no, it was the DVD.
Yeah, literally. I bet people lose weight on Ozempic now and then bring out a fitness plan.
Yeah.
I bet that happens still.
Well, a lot of them lie, don't they, still, on TV? It's
And
like, we all know it's
influencers, yeah.
Zoo.
Yeah, we know now, so we may as well just admit it.
But some people do, like, work hard and everyone just assumes
Absolutely, I
it's
know,
Ozempic,
which is sad for the people that do actually work hard to lose the weight.
Because I feel like when you lose weight, it's consistent and then all of a sudden it shows. And then when people notice, they're like, when did that happen? It's like, I have been doing it the whole time.
I've been on the keto for 6 months.
Yeah, I've been crying my eyes out for 400 years.
Because I wanted a pizza.
And now it's Ozempic.
Literally, I love how we go from should you sleep with your friend's ex to Ozempic.
It's all about the Ozempic, isn't it?
It's all
Kilimanjaro.
It all comes back to diet culture.
But yeah, is it okay, do you think?
Like, in the first instance, no, but it's such a nuanced subject.
It really is because it's very common.
Baby, it happens all the time, everywhere, all the time, all the time.
Yeah, it's happening to me right now.
Especially if you have like a mixed friendship group of like boys and girls, I think it's even more common because you're all friends anyway, as opposed to like, you know, some friendship groups are very like just girls and then they don't really have many boy mates or vice versa. That's when I think it gets even more like scandalous because it's like then they've snuck around to get to that rather than like been friends and it's happened. But like, I think it happens all the time, and sometimes it's absolutely not okay, and then sometimes, well, do you know what? Most of the time, it's not okay. It's not okay to get with your friend's ex, bottom line, end of story. But it happens so much, I do think there has to be some level of acceptance that like, people do just create connections.
Yeah.
And I actually think it's just about how you deal with that and how you approach it happening, how you deal with it happening, that really is the big telltale.
I think it's supernatural, even though
and also it depends on the friendship.
It depends on the friendship. It's supernatural, even though it's not okay because it's a trust thing, but it is also natural because, let's say, like you say, you've got a friendship group, and then usually you meet someone through someone, and then that person you've met through usually knows someone, and then it's like, oh, that's my mate's thingy, and then you're like, fuck, and then it's awkward, but it's like, connections connect.
But if it's like that's your mate's thingy, I think people probably do get their feelings hurt, but fine. But if you slept with my ex, and or
if you slept with my ex, what happens to you?
Or if I slept with yours, that is unforgivable. Do you know what I mean? Because we're best friends and we live together.
But at the same time, I do also think it's who you are, because I know people that actually don't give a shit because they're so done and they really actually don't give a shit. They'll be like, yeah, cool, I don't care.
They don't. Yeah, I agree. And these are the ones that can do it to a close friends, and there's not like a nuanced thing to it. It's so nuanced because like
we are human.
It depends. Yeah, I'm
not saying it's okay, but it's also not like
it really depends on the friendship.
Yeah,
and it depends on the person, and like
you have to deal with it well.
There's a program, Summer House. It's a Bravo one. It's like the same franchise as Real Housewives for anyone who don't watch it. And something like that has happened at the moment. And the situation ain't okay. They were best friends. I can't even be bothered to explain it. It just ain't okay. It's been dealt with terribly, blah, 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 blah. But I think in some I actually don't think it's ever okay. I just think sometimes it's just going to happen. You just have to accept it. And in some cases, it should never have fucking happened. And it's so wrong and it wasn't worth the fallout. But in some ways, it's like, oh, well, I can see how that did happen.
Yeah, it's one
Do you know
thing.
what I mean?
Yeah, it's one thing like acting on it. And it's another thing like having the feelings. Because it's how you act on it. If you go and do it.
It's how you go about it, yeah.
Yeah, if you go and do it and then there's literally no like understanding for your friend, and then you've got into this hole and it's a bit of a nightmare. And
yeah, that happens so much. I've actually done it and I've had it happen to me.
God damn.
Don't let me.
Both sides of the coin.
Both sides of the coin. Let me tell you
I didn't mean it.
What do you want to hear first? It happening to me or me doing it?
You doing it, big
no,
old
I'll say it happening to me because that's a way smaller story. So my first ever boyfriend wasn't much of a relationship. We were together like a year, but it was just, our relationship wasn't much of a relationship. And I had a really good friend that I was close with, definitely towards like the end. This was probably like a year after me and my ex had broken up, and we were really good friends. And then all of a sudden she did just go kind of a bit quiet on me, and I did clock it, but obviously did not associate it with anything. No one told me at all. They let me come to a party where both of them were going to be at, and
oh, no.
and my friend was so fuming that they'd let me come to the party. And I noticed, like, me and him were cool by this point, and I noticed he was so cold with me that night, and the girl was so cold with me, and it was really weird. And do you know what? She even had the cheek, I was only like 18 at the time, or 19, she had the cheek of saying to me that night, bringing up in conversation like, oh, how would you feel if like he got with a new girlfriend? And do you know what's so funny? I didn't know it. I hadn't found out by this point of the night. But do you know what my response was?
The scene.
Do you know what my response was? I'm so happy with it. I was like, I think if he just got with someone else, it'd be fine. Like, we've broken up ages. I think I'd just hate it if it was someone I knew. And I didn't even know that it was her. But like, luckily I responded that. I was like, slay. I responded that without even knowing.
They got together.
And my friend that wasn't happy with the situation, or not happy with the fact that they hadn't told me, basically was like, you need to tell her. I walked in kind of being like, you need to tell her. And then I was like, she's there. You too. You tell her. Like, my friend had my back.
Bravo.
And then I was literally like, taxi. I'm not staying here to witness. Got in taxi. I was like, fuck you. Like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God.
But in the grand scheme of things, it actually kind of helped me eradicate him from my life quicker, because it was like really hurting that moment. But after that, I forgot
There's always a silver lining with them ones, because you get rid of the piece of shit.
Yeah, and
whether
also,
it's your friend or the man.
I was 19 in hindsight. The relationship went that deep, and they are together now and have a baby together.
Oh my God! Thank God you were out of the picture.
Yeah, that's when these things are fine.
You made the baby.
Yeah, I made the baby. But I did hear he may or may not have cheated on her over the years, just saying. Anyway.
I'm not surprised.
I think she knows as well. I think it was the whole thing. Anyway. And in the time I done it, sorry guys. So basically, my ex-boyfriend, not my most recent ex, but my other ex, he was just a bit of a boy, to be honest. He'd slept. I lived in Australia. We had a big, fat, mixed friendship group, and he would slept with quite a few of my friends. Some of them on like an ongoing basis, but he was like known for being a bit of a fuckboy and never fully being able to like give much to it. He even was seeing my best friend at one point, but this was like years before, and basically, he was seeing another girl in the group, but he was just fucking her around loads, and would just like air her and blah, blah. This is the worst part. Look, me and this girl wasn't friends on a basis where we would even text each other or meet up alone.
Yeah,
we were
like
just
close.
in the same friendship group.
Yeah.
But there was an instance where I sat with the rest of the girls in the group, and she said how he was treating her, and I gave it the whole, babe, you need to fuck him off, fuck him, blah, 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 blah.
Fuck him into my arms.
I think that was one of the worst parts about it. And then, but at that point, I thought men like him, like man, like, ain't a bit of me. Like, I always found that like not attractive or rah. The way we got together was a smaller group from this friendship group went away for the weekend, so it was only like 6 of us, and we got really drunk, and he was a bit flirty with me, and I was a bit flirty back.
He schmoozed you.
No, not at all. Like, he had not smooshed me at this point. We were a bit flirty with each other. the next day he kind of brought it up, like kind of like joking wasn't a thing. And
I like you, you know, babe.
No, not even. Like he was
like
just a
your
bit
brown
like
eyes.
he was just a bit flirty. Again, it wasn't even that thingy. It was very subtle. It wasn't like a really like obvious flirting. We were just being a bit cheeky with each other. He said something cheeky the next day. I can't even remember what it was. And I basically said to him, "Oh, babe, no chance with me." And that was like, ding, 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 ding. He was like, "Now I have to pursue her." And he's pursued me for 4 months. And obviously it was all secret because, like, look, now I'm like 8, 9 years removed from it. I'll be honest. I loved the attention. I loved that he was like trying to pursue me. And in the beginning, I definitely thought like, no chance, babe. I meant everything I said. But the more I didn't want to be with him, the more he wanted to be with me. And like he pursued and pursued. And then it did get to a point where we were spending time together. And I never slept with him until people found out. But we were spending time together, and then eventually we kissed. And like I really held back. It wasn't like straight thing for ages. And then like I was like, oh, how do we address this? And like it fucking went down like a sack of shit. And it went down a sack of shit.
Everyone was like, who's laughing now, huh? You're telling me not to go for him, and look at you now.
No, I don't mean the relationship went down.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. To everyone else, they were like, funny you should say that.
And it went like down with a sack of shit to the girl. And like, while I didn't mean to hurt the girl's feelings, and I do understand why she was hurt, I don't think I owed a hell of a lot to her. She'd also got with him after loads of other girls and our friends getting with him too. So she had done the same thing.
That's the thing. I think a lot of girls, they tend to like hold it.
I think it was just she didn't like that. I think it was like, I hate to say it, but she didn't like that he was finally committing to someone.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time there's a lot of pride involved, where it's like, because I've had him, you can't have him.
And I think it was just a knock to her self-esteem, because he never would give her anything to her, and we got into a relationship.
Yeah.
And I get that. I would have felt like that too. But what it did affect is my other friendships in the group that I was close with, because they were really disappointed. Oh. But like in hindsight, like
fuck it.
Yeah. No,
you lived and learned.
It's not the most ideal situation, but I did live and learn, and so I can't say I actually do regret it. And we did get into a relationship, and it was toxic. But like we're still cool now, and it's fine. And I learned so much from it. And I didn't just like end up sleeping with my friend's ex. Like if anything, they weren't actually together, and we ended up getting into a relationship.
That's what we're saying, like of the nuance.
There's nuance.
People have.
I'm not saying it's right either. I'm just saying these things happen.
That's what I mean. I know of girls, like I was saying before, where it's like, because I've been there, you can't go there.
Yeah.
When it's someone you don't really know, and it's like, if it's a close friend, that's different. But when it's like someone you know of, like it's gonna happen if it happens.
I even said to my ex when we broke up, like a different ex, that I was like, you know, I don't think we should be getting with each other's friends, but there is a chance that we'll get with people that each other's know. That each other know, and I think we do have to accept that now, because I get it, if we'd been together 5 years, that should be off the table, but we wasn't together long enough to write off at people that we both know.
Yeah,
and I've even like matched
very mature.
Yeah, and I've even like matched on Hinge with people that he knows and stuff like that. So
watch out. Well, I know of a couple who they were best friends, and they had a best friend couple.
Oh God, where are you going with this?
So imagine me and you are a couple, and then there's another we're a couple. We got a best friend couple.
Yeah. Our boyfriend's a best friend.
They all switched.
Like purposefully, or it just how it happened?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Nothing. I feel like nothing. It depends.
Did they have a conversation?
Yeah, of course. They were like, "I'm not happy with you," and one of them was like, "I'm not happy with you," and they switched. And like now they're happy,
and they're all best friends still.
Yeah, and they're actually happy. And they're happier than they were before. Yeah,
that's beautiful. That's maturity.
It's kinky.
That's
that's what it is.
It's kinky, and it's a level of maturity that I don't think I've got.
That's what I'm saying. There are these crazy stories. I know. I was like, because one of them had a kid, I think, and I was like, so your mum's now your best friend.
Oh my God! Yeah. They'd already had the kid before the swap. Oh my God, this is juicy TTT. This is very Eastenders coded. That is so Eastenders coded.
So they obviously had the conversation. It's not like, I feel like when you're younger, it's very more complicated.
It is, because I think your ego's a bit more
and
in
your
it.
hormones are rife when you're young.
yeah.
But when you're older, it's like more about companionship and like happiness and like what you want from life, instead of like, this my man and you can't take him and da da da. Do you know what I mean? But we've got that on the square a lot. We've got that with.
Oh my God, it's the most Eastenders coders thing ever, is to get, because like, obviously they run out of people.
Denise and Sam are good friends now, but
yeah, but were they good friends before?
Jack, they got a kid, and Raymond's, Phil.
There is not a single person on EastEnders that hasn't got with their friend's ex.
Yeah.
Find me someone on EastEnders that hasn't got with their friend's ex.
I know.
For real.
Even Oscar.
Yeah, I know.
Lips
he
in
didn't
the
mean
sister,
to, but
and
yeah.
then getting with the brother. But it's going to be a triangle. That hasn't come through
it
yet.
better bloody be a triangle. I'm up for that.
Yeah, because the sexual tensions are rising with the...
For real. And even you got like the fact that, like, what I noticed is when like Phil is obviously like mourning the loss of Nigel, and Kat's been really supportive and stuff like that, but that's her ex-bloke, and Alfie's coming in the pub and that's his like, do you know what I mean? Like, there is not, I challenge people to find me someone on EastEnders that hasn't got with their friend's ex.
And Linda being jealous of Cindy and Max, which is so funny because Max is who broke her and Mick up.
I know. I don't know why she's so into Max, but Max...
But Max is Max.
Max is Max. Max has got with everyone's ex.
That's what I mean.
Max is everyone's ex.
I know. If only he was ours.
No, he's not a bit of me, but Grant's definitely not a bit of me. Can we talk about the fact of how they got together? When they got together and they had one little smooch and then went and ran off into the bedroom.
I know.
Grow up.
I know.
Grow up.
I know. Grant, like, your best friend's dying.
That's true. He died already.
That was such a sad episode, wasn't it?
I know. R.I.P. Nige.
R.I.P. Nige.
Nige would never get with his friend's ex.
He's got Julie, but he loved his ex in when he had that.
Yeah,
trip.
but he was a one-woman man.
Julie.
Yeah, it was Debbie and then Julie.
I know.
So what's your final diff?
My final diff is depends on the situation.
You can fuck your friend's ex,
but you can't.
You can, but you can't fuck your friend's ex.
Yeah, live a little, guys.
Yeah, it's so nuanced.
And it's very common. It's very common. I hear about it all
in
the
Wolford,
time.
it's so common.
Yeah, I hear about it all the time. People are
yeah, I know, because there's limited people in the world.
Do you know what I mean? It's stuff out there.
It is. Anyway, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Like, subscribe, tell us, have you slept with your friend's ex? Have your friends slept with your ex?
Have you slept with your ex?
Yeah. Have you slept with an ex? Like, subscribe, comment, it really helps. See you next time.
See ya.